that game, but we'll also talk about how France got into the final of FIFA World Cup 2018. Joining me in the studio, Nilanjan Datta, media officer of the Indian national team, and Jyotian Barrett, former Indian national player. One team through. Who's going to be next?
I'm not taking any picks anymore.
Nilanjan?
Want Croatia to win. That's all I will say.
Okay, all right. We'll just have to wait a few more hours to see who joins France in the final spot of this World Cup. France will face England or Croatia in the World Cup final after edging past European neighbours Belgium in the semi-final in St. Petersburg last night. It was a thrilling match with plenty of chances, but no goals scored in the first half before Samuel Mtiti scored the winner.
For the third time in 20 years, France is in the final of the FIFA World Cup, having sealed its place beating Belgium 1-0 in St. Petersburg. The first half of the match was equally placed with chances at either end of the pitch. Belgium captain Eden Hazard went close before Hugo Lloris denied Toby Alderweireld's smart shot on the turn, and Thibaut Courtois kept out Benjamin Pavard's low shot. The first half saw some fascinating play, with the only thing missing being a goal. But that came soon into the second half. With the defence looking strong and creating chances, it was apt that a centre-back opened scoring. In the 51st minute, Samuel Umtiti stealed a march on his marker Marouane Fellaini to meet Antoine Griezmann's corner at the near post and flick a header beyond Courtois. Once ahead, France locked down, robbing the Red Devils star names of space to pick through. The Belgians could not find any holes in the French defensive wall when they needed it most. The Belgians continued to try and almost equalized before Lloris produced another good save. France hung on in 6 minutes of stoppage time to book their place in the finals.
Ce qui s'est passé aujourd'hui, les matchs précédents, voilà, le mérite en revient aux joueurs, parce que ce sont eux les acteurs, et ils font tout. Et ensemble, ça fait 49 jours que nous sommes ensemble depuis le premier jour de la préparation. Qui l'eût cru, à part vous, bien sûr, qu'on allait être en finale de Coupe du Monde, mais autrement, voilà, il faut savourer, il faut apprécier. On a 5 jours.
We have to give a lot of credit in the way that France defended and even put certain attacking players defending very deep and giving us a lot of respect in that way. But we couldn't find a little bit of magic in front of goal or a little bit of luck at times, because a couple of moments Hugo Lloris in the second half had a save that he could have gone into Dries Mertens' path, and it didn't, and that, I thought, that was the difference.
At the final whistle, the France substitutes ran on the pitch to celebrate with the players, while manager Deschamps was mobbed by his staff before dancing around in a circle. Raj Yadav's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, let's now go across to our stats zone, where Tina Jai is standing by to get us all the stats from this match.
Welcome back to the Stat Zone. So here are the stats for the first semi-final that was played between France and Belgium. The Red Devils had the lion's share of possession in the match, 64% as compared to 36% of Les Bleus. But despite that, France had 19 attempts on goal, more than double of Belgium's 9. The Frenchmen also had 5 shots on target, whereas the Belgians could manage just 3 in their bid to make a comeback in the match. The frustrated men in red committed far more fouls than France. Over to you, Frank.
Allez le bleu. Nilanjan, we expected goals to galore in the semi-final, the first semi-final, but there was only one.
Very surprising indeed for a team which almost scored at will, or people are saying scored for fun, couldn't score a single goal. And the manner in which they were not allowed to score deserves a big salute. The maturity of a team on way to maybe winning the World Cup, among the 4 teams, the overwhelming favorites, whoever wins today, to lift this World Cup. If it will be a different story if they lose it. The maturity which they showed, they controlled the game, they knew when to push on the pedal. They knew when to slow it down. It was as if someone remotely was controlling the team from the game from the French side, the pace of the game. Too brilliant. Means
it was amazing to watch them play, wasn't it? I mean, once they scored the goal, they didn't sit back and defend.
No.
They didn't absorb pressure from Belgium, but they did something. They slowed down the pace of the game. They moved the ball around and played very intelligent football at the end of the day.
That's maturity. That's maturity.
Indeed, it is maturity. You know, the trio, the super trio, De Bruyne, Hazard and Lukaku, where were they yesterday, Jyoti?
Disappointed with Lukaku. I felt he was completely absent from yesterday's proceedings. But of course, you know, strikers have their days and they have their off days. I think yesterday was one of his off days. To be honest, a huge credit to Varane and Umtiti yesterday, because I think they really played the game of their lives. There was no way through that French defence. With Pogba and Kante in front of them, literally those big three names had no way. And then when Mertens did come on, I thought a bit too late, and he would cross in the ball. He made a few really good crosses in from the right. There seemed to be no one there to meet the ball, except for the French defenders. So it was, I think they ran out of options really.
You know, my problem with Lukaku is he's a great striker, but in big matches he doesn't deliver. And that's a problem, Nilanjan.
That's temperament. His rival counterpart on the other side also hasn't been able to take a single shot at within the frame this World Cup. Strikers have their off days, but one thing from the Belgians...
But unfortunately, Lukaku's off days are in big matches.
That's unfortunate. That's an area where he needs to look and work upon. But at the same time, I would say, other than when Martins came in, the delivery of quite a few corners which they had, it was not in the right place. So had those deliveries for set pieces, as England will be talking about later, you need big bodies, which they had, good aerial presence, which they had. The number 3 most important is the delivery at the right place. It never came. First half, first 20 minutes, they had 3-4 corners, if I'm not mistaken. All throughout the match, they had some. How many of them came in the right place? They were easily headed away by the first man who's defending. So unless that happens, you cannot always blame the striker.
Indeed, you know, Giroud has not delivered on the right side of the pitch, but he defended well yesterday. He realized that the Belgians had an advantage in height. He came back, dropped into his own half, came back to his box and defended well, won those aerial balls, and that's what makes a difference at the end of the day, Jyoti.
It did. You know, watching Giroud win actually so many of the Belgian corners, it was all going to Giroud's head, and to see a striker put in that extra effort just showed how much the French wanted this and how much Giroud, you know, it was a team effort. You know, he knew he was not doing much up front, but he was dropping back and helping out so much in defense. It was great to watch, definitely. I mean, a great team performance. Of course, the goal coming, you know, after Umtiti headed past what we had said Belgium's biggest aerial threat. You know, Fellaini, he rose above him and scored. So really, there was nothing Belgium could do yesterday with this.
It was a good game for both the goalkeepers. The custodians at both ends of the pitch played their heart out.
Both the goalkeepers kept their teams in the match. In fact, had Hugo Lloris not pulled off the save in the first, I believe, 12, 13, 14 minutes exactly, I don't remember, it could have been a different story. That was the spell where Belgium needed to convert, which they were doing each and every day. Once they couldn't convert those first 20 minutes and the spell was kind of fading, the French took over.
And, you know, the save of Courtois, really, you know, with the leg, it was an incredible save. That was a save that really kept his side in the team, Jyoti. In the game, Jyoti, sorry.
You know, 1-0, you always feel that there is a comeback from there, and I think that's why Belgium kept pressing. A great save, you know, great instinct. It was an instinctive save. Great shot also by Pavard, you know, to come up for like a fullback to take that shot. It was really, really good chances.
Good chances, only one goal. We hope that more goals were scored in that match, but it's okay. It's a World Cup semi-final, of course, a lot of pressure. But France emerging on top and beating Belgium and now are through to the final for the 3rd time in France's history. On that note, we'll slip into a short break now. On the other side, we'll talk about the other match, the other semi-final that is to be played today England versus Croatia. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching the coverage of the FIFA World Cup here on Rajya Sabha TV. Let's now go across to our correspondents standing by in different centres across the country to get a feel of what's happening there. Let's go over to Panchanan Mishra in Thiruvananthapuram first. Panchanan, what's happening there?
Frank, we are in Thiruvananthapuram and at Central Stadium here, and we here with us so many football fans and also football players. For today's match, it's the second final, England versus Croatia. We will take very quick comments from the football coaches. Sir, what do you think about today's match? It was very mature football yesterday between France and Belgium. What is your expectation today?
I think today Croatia will win the match. This is my prediction because of the previous matches. Luka Modric is confidently playing the team. He is taking all the responsibilities with his shoulder. So he can dominate the team, he can lead the team. And at the end of the match, Croatia will win the match. Hopefully 1-0, I predict 1-0, Croatia will win the match.
1-0 is the prediction, and we will talk to some other coaches. In Kerala, there was a team, the favorite teams were Brazil and Argentina only, but the both teams are not here. But how the Keralites now are taking the match, especially today's second semi-final?
Nowadays, the young generation following a lot of teams, not only Brazil and Argentina. Now they are supporting Germany, Croatia, and also like Belgium-like teams. But today, I think expecting today I'm like to win England, but today the expertise and expectation only winning Croatia. Because of their midfielders are very strong, not only Luka Modric, Rakitic-like players, and also a good striker, Mondowski, like a lot of strikers, Perisic, like a talented striker is also there. So good health, physically they are better than England. So I expect in today's win the same Croatia, but in heart, I like England.
So Frank, you just heard that Croatia is a favourite. However, England is the most experienced team. We will have to see that will England be able to repeat 1966.
Okay, all right, Panchanan, thank you for taking us through what's happening in Thiruvananthapuram. From Thiruvananthapuram, let's move on to Kolkata, where Sandeep Yash is standing by. Sandeep Yash, over to you.
I think so. We have lost him.
Sandeep, if you can hear me, take us through what's happening in Kolkata. Okay, we seem to have a difficulty with the line there with Sandeep Yash. Let's go across to Goa now, where Rajat Kane is standing by. Rajat, nice background there. I can see the beach, the sea behind you. Take us through what's happening on the beaches of Goa.
Absolutely, Frank. Nothing can get better than this. I'm at the Baga beach in Goa. Lot of rain, lot of sand, lot of water, but no sun. As you can see, people are enjoying their outing. But more than this outing, we are here at St. Anthony's Shack here, which is dressed up in the football colours, and there are a lot of people who've been here. Possibly many of them will stay till the match begins at 11:30. But before that, enthusiasm is not waiting any away. Who you think, I'll straight away come to you, who you think has a better team today?
England, I think. England going to win second semi-final.
And then down the road, it'll be England versus France.
Right. France is my second country. France going to win the World Cup, this World Cup. Thank you.
So there we have an English fan here rooting for England for tonight's semi-final. I have one more guest. What about you? I mean, your friend says England is winning this match. What about you?
I think Croatia will win this match. England do it a lot, so I'm with Croatia always.
Keeping the colonial and imperialist thing aside, I mean, just talking purely of sports, why you think Croatia has better chance to win this?
Because that when Croatia played with Russia, so I saw that that 3 goals they had made at last. So I'm just with Croatia, and I'm enjoying right now.
Croatia will be playing its second semi-final. England hasn't played. I mean, it will be playing the 4th semi-final, I believe. You think that teams like England and Croatia are reaching this at this point, which is traditionally being dominated by the large powerhouse of football, is good for game?
It doesn't matter. Lots of things happens one time, man. So Croatia will going to rock today.
All right, Croatia is going to rock is what that particular guest is saying. Rajat, thank you for bringing us that update from Goa, and I like the fact that the Goans are watching Rajya Sabha TV there in the background. That's good for us as well. Sandeep Yash, take us through what's happening in Kolkata.
Frank, right now we are at East Bengal Football Club, a legendary football club that promoted football in Bengal and Eastern India. Right now the mood in Bengal is that basically it's a city of supporters of Argentina and Brazil. The mood has changed.
All right, East Bengal club there. We seem to have some trouble with the connection. Let's take a look at how England has prepared for this World Cup. What is the preparation as far as this match is concerned? What is the history of English football been? And what's likely to happen as far as England is concerned today?
Making its 15th appearance at the World Cup, England will be hoping to advance to the finals tonight to have a chance at World Cup glory for the second time. But Croatia stand in the way of their dream of taking the World Cup home. England were not the favourites when they started this World Cup campaign, but their performances throughout the competition and especially their win against Colombia and Sweden in the knockout phase has changed the perception of many a football fan. They started their World Cup campaign with a 2-1 victory over Tunisia in the opening group game before going on to record their biggest win at a World Cup, thrashing Panama 6-1 in their second. They had a chance to then finish on top of their group, but in their final group game, the English side faced a strong Belgian side and they qualified as runners-up in the group after a 0-1 defeat to Belgium. In the round of 16, England overcame their penalty shootout jinx to beat Colombia 4-3 on penalties, securing a quarter-final meeting with Sweden. The quarter-final bout saw England facing a strong Swedish defence, but they overcame that challenge, winning the match 2-0 to book a place in the semi-final. England is one of the 2 oldest national teams in football alongside Scotland. Since first entering the tournament in 1950, England has qualified for the FIFA World Cup 15 times. In 1966, they won their first World Cup as hosts and finished 4th in the 1990 World Cup. Since first entering in 1964, England have never won the UEFA European Championship, with their best performances being semi-final appearances in 1968 and 1996. In the 2014 FIFA World Cup, England were eliminated at the group stage for the first time since 1958. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Okay, that was the road to the semi-finals as far as England is concerned. Let's take a look at how Croatia has prepared for this match. What is Croatia's footballing history been like, and what was their road to the semi-finals like?
Croatia's run to the World Cup semi-finals may have been surprising, but the Croats have proven they are a talented bunch and have the skills to go down in history as another golden generation when they face England today. Croatia was never heralded as the favourites at this edition of the World Cup, but they have produced performances throughout the competition that have shown they had been underestimated. The Croats began their World Cup journey with a 2-0 victory over Nigeria in their opening group game and defeated South American giants Argentina 3-0 in the second match, leaving Argentina in serious danger of exiting. In their final group game, they ended Iceland's World Cup dream, defeating them 2-1 to qualify for the knockout phase with a 100% record. However, Croatia's knockout phase was a bit bumpy as they had to go down to the penalty shootout in both games. In the round of 16, the Croats beat Denmark 3-2 on penalties after the game ended 1-1. In their quarter-final clash with Russia, the Croats showed a different side, being willing to slug it out with the Russians for 120 minutes before keeping their cool and winning the shootout 4-3 in a partisan atmosphere.
Mislim da ne smije biti iznenađenje da je Hrvatska među 4 momčadi svijeta, s obzirom na kvalitetu naših igrača koja je evidentna i koja je dokazana, i ova generacija je dugo bila osporavana zbog tih svojih rezultata, ali oni su dokazali, pokazali svoju kvalitetu i onda kad je bilo najpotrebnije upravo na ovom svjetskom prvenstvu.
Za mene oni igraju dobar i atraktivan nogomet. A sad, kome šta više paše, teško je reći, zato što i mi imamo svoj stil. Mislim da sigurno tekma neće krenuti, da kažem tako, naglo, jer velik je ulog i...
Croatia has participated in 5 FIFA World Cups, including this edition. The Croatian team was formed in 1990, shortly before the nation's independence from Yugoslavia, and was recognized by both FIFA and UEFA in 1993.
Šika wins! Croatia score!
The team played its first competitive matches in the successful qualifying campaign for Euro 1996, making its World Cup debut in 1998, where they finished third. The team was also named FIFA's Best Mover of the Year in 1994 and 1998 and became the only team, along with Colombia, to win the award. Kumar Abhishek's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
England versus Croatia, the second semi-final. We are going to build up to the second semi-final, not just now, but at 10 p.m. as well, from 10 to 11 o'clock. We have another special show lined up for you today as well. But your thoughts, Hilanjan, on England versus Croatia?
Croatia needs to avoid conceding set pieces around the box, corner kicks, easier said than done. All teams whom England have played have panicked whenever they have had the set pieces, especially the corners and those free kicks. England would be fancying the chances more because Croatia have been susceptible to defending set pieces. Visible against when Russia pulled off that second goal in added time, in extra time in the quarter-final. England's main strength for me stays the set pieces.
How does Croatia defend when it comes to set pieces, Jyoti? What is their strategy going to be like, do you think?
I think the first line would be not to give too many set pieces away, and the second would be to dominate the midfield, something that is their strength. I think they'll be playing to their strengths today, and hopefully if they can dominate that midfield, and that is actually England's slightly their Achilles tendon actually, with Henderson in the midfield. So if they can dominate the midfield and score early, I think that's something that they'd want to do. England, on the other hand, will want to put pressure. They want a quick game because they know the Croats are on tired legs, coming off two back-to-back long games. So they're going to have a very high-tempo game.
Okay, we're going to try and go back to Sandeep Yash now and hope that that line there works with him so that we can see what the guests there of the East Bengal Football Club have to say about the second semi-final between England and Croatia. Sandeep Yash, if you can hear me, over to you. No, technology does not seem to be on our side today. We'll hope that it works at 10 p.m. But before that, the coach in Thiruvananthapuram was talking about Luka Modric. Is Luka Modric a delight for any coach?
Absolutely, without any doubt. The caliber of a Luka Modric in any team is an extremely big asset. One of the best players of the world at the present moment. He has played well. Maybe people may feel he has faded away a bit from the round of 16 and then the quarter-final onwards. But having him in tandem with Rakitic is a big threat for England, which they need to thwart in the midfield itself.
A quick word before I wrap up the show, Jyoti, on Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, he needs to continue what he's been doing. He needs to work well with Sterling, and I think today is going to be a big day for people like Jesse Lingard to step up from the midfield and actually deliver the ball to Harry Kane.
Okay, that's the area where this game will be won or lost, is what both the guests are suggesting. We'll talk more about it strategy-wise, who's going to be in the team, who's going to be out, what are both the coaches going to do for today's game. We'll talk all about that at 10 p.m. tonight. For now, it's a wrap. I'll see you again at 10 p.m. Thank you to the both of you for joining me on the program and putting things into perspective for us. See you at 10.
Sports, the spirit of India.
मलेरिया मैं फैलाऊंगी।
तू जरा ठहर तो मच्छर।
हम सब मिलकर तुझे मजा चखाएंगे।
पानी से भरे छोटे गड्ढों को मिट्टी से भरेंगे। घर के अंदर कीटनाशक का छिड़काव करवाएंगे।
मच्छरों का लार्वा खाने वाली मछलियों को हम रुके हुए पानी में छोड़ेंगे।
हम मच्छरदानी में सोएंगे। हम मलेरिया मुक्त स्वस्थ भारत बनाएंगे।
अंडे देने से हमें कोई नहीं रोक सकता। मैं रोक सकता हूँ।
तुम्हें पता नहीं हमें एडीज मच्छर जो फैलाते हैं डेंगू और चिकनगुनिया। मास्टर जी ने स्कूल में डेंगू मच्छर से बचने की सारी जानकारी दी है। अच्छा बच्चों, हमें चैलेंज जगह तो जरूर मिलेगी। नहीं मिलेगी। यहाँ तो पूरे इंतजाम है।
डेंगू की रोकथाम के लिए कूलरों के पानी को हर हफ्ते बदलें। बाल्टी और टंकियों को अच्छी तरह से ढककर रखें। पूरी आस्तीन के कपड़े पहनें। मच्छर भगाने वाली क्रीम, कॉइल और अगरबत्ती का इस्तेमाल करें।
डेंगू से लड़े मतलब डेंगू से बचे।
Sports, the spirit of India.
नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं खेल समाचार। मैं हूं सुचित्रा। सबसे पहले एक नजर इस वक्त की खेल सुर्खियों पर। फीफा विश्व कप के दूसरे सेमीफाइनल में आज इंग्लैंड का सामना क्रोएशिया से। क्रोएशिया के पास पहली बार विश्व कप के फाइनल में पहुंचने का मौका। फ्रांस ने बेल्जियम की गोल्डन जनरेशन को 1-0 से हराकर फीफा विश्व कप के फाइनल में जगह बनाई। सैमुअल उमटीटी ने किया मैच का एकमात्र गोल। क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो ने 9 साल बाद छोड़ा रियल मैड्रिड का साथ। इटालियन चैंपियंस यूवेंटस के साथ 100 मिलियन यूरो में किया 4 साल का करार। और येलेना ओस्टापेंको विंबलडन के एकल वर्ग के सेमीफाइनल में पहुंचने वाली लातविया की पहली खिलाड़ी बनी। वहीं पुरुष वर्ग में नोवाक जोकोविच ने जाइल सिमोन को हराकर क्वार्टर फाइनल में जगह बनाई। अब राफेल नडाल से होगा मुकाबला। खेल समाचार में सबसे पहले खबरें फीफा विश्व कप से जुड़ी हुई। फीफा विश्व कप के दूसरे सेमीफाइनल में आज देर रात इंग्लैंड और क्रोएशिया की टीमें आमने सामने होंगी। इंग्लिश टीम ने 28 साल बाद अंतिम 4 में स्थान बनाया है और ये उनका तीसरा विश्व कप सेमीफाइनल है। वहीं क्रोएशिया ने 20 साल बाद सेमीफाइनल में स्थान बनाया है और उसे अपने पहले फाइनल की तलाश है।
शानदार प्रदर्शन से सभी को चौंका देने वाली इंग्लैंड की टीम आज देर रात जब 28 साल बाद पहले विश्व कप सेमीफाइनल में उतरेगी तो उसके सामने होगी प्रतियोगिता की अजय टीम क्रोएशिया की चुनौती। इंग्लैंड ने आखिरी बार 1990 में विश्व कप सेमीफाइनल खेला था और एकमात्र विश्व कप 1966 में जीता था। दोनों टीमें लगभग 2 दशक बाद एक बार फिर सेमीफाइनल में पहुंची हैं। ऐसे में जहां एक और इंग्लैंड का लक्ष्य दूसरे विश्व कप खिताब के लिए फाइनल का टिकट हासिल करना होगा, तो वहीं क्रोएशिया पहली बार फाइनल में पहुंच इतिहास रचने उतरेगी। दोनों टीमों के बीच विश्व कप में ये पहली भिड़ंत होगी। हालांकि दोनों अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर 7 बार एक दूसरे के खिलाफ खेल चुके हैं। इंग्लैंड ने 4 बार जीत दर्ज की है, जबकि क्रोएशिया के हाथ 2 जीत लगी है। इंग्लैंड ने 1990 में विश्व कप में चौथा स्थान हासिल किया था। टीम का प्रदर्शन प्रतियोगिता में अब तक शानदार रहा है। ग्रुप दौर में 2 जीत और 1 हार के साथ उन्होंने अंतिम 16 में स्थान बनाया। प्री क्वार्टर फाइनल में इंग्लैंड ने कोलंबिया को हराने में सफलता पाई। इसके बाद टीम ने क्वार्टर फाइनल में स्वीडन को 2-0 से हराकर सेमीफाइनल में प्रवेश किया। इंग्लिश टीम विश्व कप की तीसरी सबसे युवा टीम है। टीम ने अब तक प्रतियोगिता में 11 गोल किए हैं, जिसमें से 6 गोल टीम के स्टार खिलाड़ी और कप्तान हैरी केन ने किए हैं। केन प्रतियोगिता के शीर्ष स्कोरर भी हैं। केन के अलावा डेले अली, रहीम स्टर्लिंग, लिंगार्ड और रैशफोर्ड क्रोएशिया टीम के लिए खतरनाक साबित हो सकते हैं। दूसरी तरफ क्रोएशिया की टीम ने 20 साल बाद सेमीफाइनल में जगह बनाई है। इससे पहले वो 1998 वर्ल्ड कप में सेमीफाइनल में पहुंचे थे। टीम के 8 खिलाड़ियों ने प्रतियोगिता में गोल किए हैं। टीम का प्रदर्शन प्रतियोगिता में अब तक शानदार रहा है। क्रोएशिया ने सेमीफाइनल तक का रास्ता बेहद ही बेहतरीन प्रदर्शन के साथ तय किया है। उसने डेनमार्क और रूस के खिलाफ पेनल्टी शूटआउट में जीत हासिल कर अंतिम 4 में जगह बनाई। टीम ने प्रतियोगिता में अब तक 5 मुकाबले खेले हैं और सभी में उन्हें जीत हासिल हुई है। इंग्लैंड को हालांकि 20 साल बाद सेमीफाइनल में पहुंची क्रोएशिया टीम के मिडफील्डर ल्यूका मॉड्रिच से सबसे ज्यादा डर है। उनके अलावा इवान रेक्टिक और इंटर मिलान के इवान पेरिसिक इंग्लिश टीम के लिए खतरनाक साबित हो सकते हैं। क्रोएशिया के पिछले 2 मैचों से ये साफ जाहिर है कि वो अपना डिफेंस कमजोर नहीं पड़ने देगी और पेनल्टी शूटआउट की स्थिति में उसकी जीत लगभग निश्चित है। स्पोर्ट्स डेस्क।